going to have to do, since you've had lunch, you've been up moving around a little bit, we will take a break here shortly. I'll tell you why. All right, moving it right along. Who do you think I'm going to draw my experiences from to teach? A little bit about my background. 14 years, 7 months, 2 days, 4 hours, 6 minutes, and 11 seconds in the United States Air Force. There you go, nothing else counting. Right. Taught me a few lessons about how to deal, communicate, and expungate, information to people who don't know or would like to know what you're trying to teach them. You'll see a Navy SEAL, or a Navy anchor here. That's going to have a big part of what I'm going to tell you in a few moments. The United States Navy is probably a big player in how you are going to see how a real dynamic speaker teaches you. How that works is, you saw the United States Air Force logo with wings? Well, it means it's a flying star. Someone who's going someplace. It means it's someone who started at the bottom and has worked their way to the top. At the same time, it's a rising star. It means that you have looked up, you've seen what they've accomplished. You've seen how they have made it. You've followed an example and you're getting there. If you're not getting there, then you kind of didn't get the boat. Back to that. And what they have taught most people to do that I have seen in my time is how to become a star speaker. When you go through their schools, which I'll talk to you about in a moment, they teach you these things, how to be eye, hand, and mobile connected. If you stand here, and I just talk to you, it will be 5 seconds till you're asleep. I mean, I'll be hearing some serious snoring going on. But no, I want to teach you some things. I'll kiss each and every one of you. Wait, whoa, just a second. The ladies up here got great big smiles on you. Maybe not. You know. Keep it simple, stupid. An acronym formed by the United States Navy in 1960 of how to train seamen and sailors to get the job done. How to communicate it to everybody else. That is what we have learned. And they taught something called repetitive learning or a cognizant training method. Jeez. And here we have gone through all these iterations after that, and it's actually been the same thing they developed in 1960. So nothing new. They just did it. Here's what they did. You tell them what you're going to tell them. You tell them. And then you tell them what you told them. Now, how many times did I tell you that? I told you what I was going to tell you 3 times, didn't I? 3 times is the key to remember something. When you walk away and someone gives you their phone number, and you say, I can't remember that. I don't even need to write that down. Of course, it was the days before cell phone. But I remember. What did you do to yourself? You said that telephone number to yourself at least 3 times. Chances are you remembered that telephone long enough you get somewhere to write it down or to call so that you can get to where you need it. That's how they did it. They taught me that the first time in NCO Leadership School back in 2001, before crisis. And then that was 1977, 79. And then they taught me a little bit more in the Squadron Officer School. Now the Squadron Officer School was a little bit different because I converted over from enlisted officer. What I had seen was, it's a building block. We all talked about communication this morning, didn't we? This has been the whole subject of the whole day. If you think about it, it's been communication. The entire day, we've talked about how to communicate with each other. Now, what I want each one of you to do is to take that communications idea, and I want you to say, where can I apply that at? Well, I'll get you to it in a minute. By the way, the moral to this story is, if it started working in 1960, and they're still using it, it must work, okay? When you want to apply it to everyone, you use this method. Try it out for yourself. If you see you're gaining ground with people who it's hard to understand, then you'll go, maybe I need to apply another session or another technique. But I think you'll like this technique. When I explain it, you'll see what I'm talking about. There was a great man one time that said this. I don't know who it was, but he said, by listening, we learn. By observing, we remember. And by speaking, we impart what we have observed and remembered. I checked everywhere. No one's ever said that. So I coined that phrase. And what I want you to do is think of 3 things we did as a child. But a few years back, what did we do? We listened to what the people said around us. We then processed that and remembered it. And then what do little children do? They repeat what you said, correct? And most of the time, it's exactly what you said at the wrong time when you don't want it said. Correct? All right, so that's kids for you. You gotta love it. All right. Now then, what am I going to tell you? Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to talk to you about training safety professionals, learning communicator skills, talk about what presentation consists of, deliveries, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what is your focus of the presentation. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to do it by not reading you a slide, okay? Because that's the first thing is, if you want somebody to go to sleep, okay, you just read the slide. Guarantee you they're gone. It's a killer. When you want to train somebody, you want to first give them the information. Be it verbal, be it in writing, be it they have to stand up and do it. At NCO Leadership School, they made each one of us get up and teach a block of training. I thought, what the punishment? Who wants to do this to a poor young fellow who doesn't really want to be up here in front of anybody doing it? That's just punishment. Why would you do this to me? Because if I teach you the material, I'm definitely learning it. Okay? That was one way. And what they do is it's important that each one of us in management knows that those people out there need to know what they need to know to stay safe. How do you do that? How do you train a safety person to teach other people to be safe? Well, you can improve on everything you can do. We're already handicapped. Did you guys know that? We have the most boring information in the world to try to train. Now, I have taught some people to take the book home and get very serious with it. You lay down in the bed, you snuggle in really good, put the book up under your pillow. You'll just absorb it through osmosis. No, it doesn't work that way. Even opening the book, page 41, chapter 2, sleeping gas. It just comes out. The minute you open the page, you sniff, you dream of. I never even remember what it was on page 42 because by that time you were already gone. All right, these are the little things. What is communications? Well, it's the key to success, and good safety managers have to do that with everyone. Employees, your employers, doesn't matter who you deal with. If you don't communicate properly, I want 1 more minute. You wanted how many widgets? Oh, I think he said he wanted 200 widgets. No! 200 widgets come in, you go, I ordered 21. Well, you didn't communicate clearly. Okay? It is important, no matter what you do. If you're going to do a really good presentation, the first thing you have to do, and everyone does this, is ride around in a car for a little while. Watch people do stupid stuff on cell phones, okay? Think about what you thought you wanted to talk about. Almost get killed while driving there. It'll come to you. Like that. You know? Oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So, your preparation. You have to prepare to do this. 5 minutes? No. 55 minutes? Yeah, that's okay. How about 5 hours? Yeah, you're getting in the ballpark now, okay? If you spend 50 hours on a speech, you're killing yourself, all right? Don't do that. You're not getting paid enough for this, all right? Then, delivery is the second part. How do you do it? I liken this to a football team. They study the plays, they prepare to go out there for the game, they practice hard, and then it's showtime. You kick off the ball, and the lights all go on, the music turns on. It's almost like a big show, you know? It really is. Like, do you play an instrument? No. Just guitar, flute, Okay? You know how it feels. When you are playing, it makes you feel good. You're doing it. If you don't feel good about what you're doing, you think you're going to feel good about it? No. Hey, well, look at that. That's $1 million book right there. I'm on 6 minutes because my name's S Austin. That's $1 million. Okay. So, preparation. What does it include? All kinds of things. You know, your technical knowledge, your organization, your audience, Google. No one ever uses Google anymore to write speech to you. I mean, I didn't get much of this off of Google, let me tell you. I knew where it came from. But library, interviews, yep, reading material, even giving credit to other people who've written things. Wow, what a novel idea. We used to call it plagiarism back in the old days. I'm not sure what they call it anymore. They say, hey, I wrote this, see? No, you didn't. All right, let's talk about delivery. What's the first thing in delivery? Well, I can let you see it or read the slide. Now, your voice. If your voice doesn't have any inflection, what are we talking about? No. If it hasn't, no. If you're right, you walk back here, kind of get close. You don't have to look at it. Just get close. What happened? His eyes go, good perk up, okay? I mean, it happens. It's a situational awareness. Everyone, pacing, dialoguing, body language, how I build a rapport with you. How do you do that, guys? How do you build a rapport with your audience?
I like that.
I have a nickel I give it to you. Okay? I'm broke. Order to go. Okay. Now, lecture. The lecture I'm going to talk to you about, we're going to focus on preparation. So now you know where I'm going. I'm telling you about it. I told you already we're working on preparation. And delivery, right? That's where I'm headed. Now, if you are already one of the few, and like I told you, our fearless leader liked this topic because it sounds a lot like a Marine, right? Y'all all thought this was a Marine speech. No, not a Marine speech, okay? The few, the proud, are you a dynamic safety speaker already? If you are, and you fall in the last category, you're in the wrong place. You need to be on the road, giving speeches, making big money. I'll show you how to do that. All right. Which category do you fall in? A, B, C, or D? Let's give it a try. A dull speaker. With dull content. Best thing if you ever get in one of those is, I know I saw one out on the wall. It's called an AED. Or, does anyone know what that even actually means? Can you actually tell me what an AED is? See? You hear the acronym. Oh, you're good. There it is. An AED. Get it out. Hit them because they're dead. You know what I'm saying? That's a bad speech. They're gone. They're out of there. Most presenters fall in this category. That's sad, isn't it? I mean, I hate that. Any presenter starting this boat, formally get stuck in it. They're unaware of everything they're doing wrong. They don't. You tell them they don't. Yeah. I'll be better next time. Okay, fine, whatever. All right. Now, if your audience falls asleep on you, you're guaranteed to be a type A. Type B, got an exciting speaker. That's me, right? Okay. Dull content, safety materials. Kind of like Chinese food. Yeah, it's good while you eat it, but then you're hungry like an hour later. And then when the MSG passes, you're ready to eat again. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's not the farrier that says the speaker's in this category. It's the content so much as it is the flow. What can you do? If you like a chocolate ice cream, and you put whipped cream on it, is it better than just the chocolate ice cream, or is it better than whipped cream? There you go. There you go. She's all right. She knows what she's talking about. Who fits this category? The Rock. You see him. He's on Baywatch. He's on every movie now you can think of. Okay? He is Mr. Neck's about this big around, you know, the chest about that big around. Oh, check it out. But anyway, he's a professional wrestler turned act star. He's fired his promos. He fits the dynamic audience. People used to see it.
He could possibly be our next president, so be careful.
Shh. Okay, I'll be calculated. He even gets his audience to sing along with him on just his catchphrase. And then, hey, you know. But for everything he's even said himself, I am an electrifying man. I've never seen him get shocked yet. He always saves everybody from getting shocked. But all of his gifts, his message to you is still shallow. He has no meat substance. He doesn't say anything. Listen to what Ben said. sense. Now, preachers and motivational speakers sometimes demonstrate the traits of this right here. Sometimes. Dull speaker, but you got a lively content. Can anyone think of that? What type of material would that be? Anybody think of what kind of material would be very lively, but you'll have a dull speaker? Explosive. What's the words? There, she gets a dime, because that was one. NASA. I have seen NASA speakers put you to sleep in your own living room right after we've done a space shot and landed on the moon.
Yep, the boys are pretty good. They're up there on the moon, around the wild.
That's exciting stuff.
Well, we'll talk about news at 11.
Fine. Whatever, okay? Second grade, this is came to the class. He was really cool. He had a great thing to demonstrate. The kids were really kind of into it. And then when he started the demonstration, that's good. Everybody. Would anyone like to come up to the class and show us how this is done? Everybody bounces back up. You're into it. Participation. Get everybody involved. You know, I want me getting you involved. You answer questions. You still have to time, by the way. Pretty soon. I give my grandkids a nickname every time they see a horse. Maybe horse, 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 horse. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like $5 down. But it's okay. They've been doing something while we're riding the 175 miles. Now, when you say to anyone, an exciting speaker and lively content, what does that bring to your mind? Somebody who's good. They research their material. They know what they're doing. They're giving it to you. They're not spoon feeding it. They're not, you know, cramming it down your mouth. They're actually giving you what motivational speakers, such as, does anyone of you guys remember Elizabeth Dole? She's kind of old. And then people like Zig Ziglar. That's the guy I want to come for you. Gerald Ford, he was president. Remember that? Mary Tyler Moore, Vikings coach Dennis Green, Colin Powell. Some people know he was a general, you know, back here in Desert Storm, kind of an important guy. He could speak. This guy could blow your socks. It's still ready.
We're cool, we're going to this guy.
Okay, everything's done. Got it? Sure. We're good. Everybody was good with that, you know? Now, but no matter what they've got, the status of these people is rarely achieved. Why? Why? You see them on TV, they must be good. Everything you see, do you believe everything you see on TV? Not so, okay? There's a couple of guys who are dynamic speakers. You never see them on TV. They're really, really good. But they earn between $75,000 to $300K per speech. Like I said, if I can tell you guys to be really dynamic safety speakers, go out on the road. This is where you get your show on the professional speaking circuit. If you are a D, you're an exciting speaker. People love you. They'll come to listen to you just because it's fun. Who fits this profile? Does anybody know? Hey, these guys did. Still do. Okay? The guy on your left, I did not believe how good of a speaker he was until 20-something years after his death. 62, 82? Mm-hmm. No, later than that. 17 years after, 16 years after his death. I was in Germany. I walked into a house. And the Germans had President John Fitzgerald Kennedy's picture hanging there. I'm like, sure, that man motivated us, told us where the world was going, and he was getting it. Nobody's done that since. Well, okay. Well respected around the world as a very good persuasive speaker. He told the Russians, look, guys, you're going to come to Cuba. We're going to take care of it. We're going to put this blockade thing out here. He didn't just tell them he was going to do it. What did he do? He told them what he was going to do. He did it. And he told them what he did, right? There you go. All right. Who's got on your right? Tony Robbins, one of the highest paid motivational speakers in the United States of America. He demands $750,000. He can sell you any kind of everywhere you don't want to wear. I mean, I'm serious. This guy's good. I've listened to him. He is phenomenal. Okay? But what does he do? captures your attention. He holds it. And it's kind of like Mr. Lowell says. Creativity is not the finding of a thing, but making something out of it after you found it. So when you put things in perspective, you get things out, which is the good stuff you like. And no matter whether you like it or not, you got it anyway. The few of the crowd is the dynamics educator. Bunch of energy, time, and we've expended millions of dollars trying to figure out who's the best safety speaker in the world. Who's the best speaker in the world? Who does this? I'll tell you who some of the speakers are back in the past. Some of them weren't so nice people. There was a gentleman that he talked nations into going to war. Talked them into it and made them believe it was a good thing to do.